Bhakti Vrinda Swamitam Shri Chaitanya Vande Nityananda Saharitam Shri Nandananam Vande Shri Charanatvam Kavijana Smayutam Vrindavanam Manoharam Shri Gauranga Nityananda Shri Vaita Chandra Gadadhar Shri Gaur Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Hare Hare. This Kartik class 2024, second class, verse number 2 from KRISHNA KARNAMRITA with the commentaries of Ananta Babaji Maharaj. So this is actually starts glorifying Krishna in this verse. Asti swastaruni karagra vigalat kava prasun aplutam vastu prastuta Vedamnala Lahari Nirvana Nirvyakalam Shrasta Niruddha Nivi Vilasad Gopi Sasra Avritam Astu Nyasta Nata Pavargam Akilodaram Kishora Akriti. Translation. Krishna who is motionless is submerged in the sweet bliss arising from his playing his vibrating flute. The celestial damsels and higher planets, they shower flowers from Kalpatru trees on Krishna. Krishna is surrounded by thousands of gopis with loosened skirt strings. Nivi Vilasad Gopi Sad. Niruddha Nivi Vilasad Gopi. And Krishna's hand offers blessings to the surrendered devotees. Krishna is generous towards one and all. Such an adolescent form is eternally present in Sri Vrindavan. So this is a verse about Krishna, about his flute playing, how the flute affects heavenly damsels and affects the gopis in Vrindavan, and his form is always present in Vrindavan. So there's many words in this verse where Ananta describes the meaning of each individual word, so it's quite lengthy purport. We'll kind of summarize different points as we move along. Because he's combining the commentaries of Krishna's Kaviraj, Gopal, Bhajan Goswami, and his own commentaries. So he says that Krishna's Kaviraj explains that Bilmangala Thakur is describing Krishna from two viewpoints, viewpoint of a sadhaka and a viewpoint of a siddha. So you can take each verse from different ways. So this is the highlight that Krishna's Kaviraj is pointing out. Every poem has two meanings, one from a sadhaka viewpoint, another from siddha swarup, from the spiritual world viewpoint. So he said, Ananta says that Krishna's Kaviraj's commentary, he describes more about the inner feelings of Krishna, viewing Krishna from his siddha. So Ananta says each of these verses is surcharged with the qualities of bhakti and ras. Although there's so much spiritual truth and tattva in the verses, they're basically full of ras and devotion. And then he comments that whenever a pure devotee speaks, whatever devotee speaks, whether he's speaking from the viewpoint of sadhaka group or speaking from the viewpoint of siddha, manjari swarup, his comments, his discussion will be full of the qualities of bhakti and ras, these principles. Because the devotee himself is full of devotion and full of awareness of rasa tattva, and maybe even tasting and experiencing rasa It's a very advanced devotee speaking. So Ananta goes on to explain, although although Mangala Thakur is describing always the sweetness of Krishna, oftentimes he describes the power, the majesty, the Bhagavatva, the Godhead of Krishna, the power. He describes the Prabhav, the Vaibhav, Amsha, all different terms that describe different powers and avatars of Krishna. And he says in this verse, 9:2, he says, Vastu Prastuta Vedanada. So this word Vastu, he gives a commentary on this word. What is this word Vastu? Like we sometimes have seen in some scriptures, they have the concept of Vastu city. It means Vastu, right, so trouble is too high or something. Turn the trouble down. So he explains that Vastu refers to someone who exists in the past, present, and future that never changes. That someone refers to Bhagavan. He was Bhagavan in the past, he's Bhagavan in the present, he'll forever be Bhagavan. He never changes. And how is he present eternally? Krishna is eternally present as a young boy, Navakishore. But he says that. He hasn't said that, but commentary says that. So he goes on for many paragraphs to explain about Vastu. He says that Krishna's form as a young teenage boy is so attractive that even Abraham sages were absorbed in Brahman. They give up that Brahman realization to become bhaktas and worshippers of Krishna. So Krishna's formal qualities and pastimes are so sweet and so beautiful, and they attract even yogis and jnanis to give up their yoga and jnana and become devotees. So there's some hope for us that Krishna is so sweet, so attractive, his leelas are so captivating that we'll become his devotees someday. Krishna's beauty, qualities, and pastimes are all attractive, all pleasing, and entirely full of ras. They're so powerful they make us forget everything. So that's a good idea. To absorb ourselves in Krishna's pastimes, then we'll forget everything else. Everything else becomes problematic. But when you read Leelas and remember Leelas, you enter another world, another realm. When one's heart is overwhelmed and absolutely overpowered by the intense sweetness of Krishna, one can easily give up all kinds of varnashram, dharma, and scriptural rules, etc. Then he quotes the Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, verse 2. He says, the real Vastu is one who bestows supreme bliss. One can know this Vastu by the Bhagavatam. Because the Bhagavatam, of course, has the first verse it says.
Second verse, Dharma Projita.
No, Veda Vastu Atra.
Shivadam Tapatyam.
That's first verse.
Second verse, Dharma Projita Kaitavatra Param Matsaram Sata Vedyam Vastavam.
Oh yeah, Vedyam Vastu Atra Vastu. So the second verse of Bhagavatam describes how Krishna is the Vastu, Achyuta Sri Krishna. Gopal Goswami says this Vastu appears only in Vrindavan. And he also exists in the hearts of devotees. So tune in Krishna in your heart, that's the idea. Try to connect with Krishna in your heart and find the reality of your relationship with Krishna. That's the Vastu. Vastu means that substance which never changes. Then about this verse number 2 from KRISHNA KARNAMRITA, he talks about the Veda. Prastuta Veda Nada Dhari Nirvana Nirvyakulam. It says that those who may be absorbed in Nirvana, which is like the bliss of Brahman, if they hear the sweet flute of Krishna, they become submerged in ecstasy if they hear the flute. How do they hear the flute? That's the question. They're absorbed in Brahman. That means they're sadhakas of this world. Somehow they wander in Vrindavan during Krishna's Leela. They hear his flute, they'll come running to Krishna. Then he explains, Ananta, that only in Vrindavan you can find Krishna with his flute. There's no flute anywhere but Vrindavan. So the Bhajan sing, Madhur Madhur Bamshi Bhaje Ato Vrindavan. Only in Vrindavan can you hear the sweet, sweet sound of Krishna's flute. Are you hearing it? We're trying to hear it. It's not so easy. Hey, right, Sean. Is that right? So another meaning of the word vastu, Vivekananda Thakur says, Krishna plays the flute only in Vrindavan, and he is the vastu. He plays the flute in the rasa dance to attract all the beautiful gopis of Vrindavan. And Krishna himself immerses in bliss by hearing the sound vibration. Really, when you're singing, do you become blissful? You become absorbed in your harmonium playing and singing. Looks like it. So, when a musician plays an instrument, two people get blissful. The musician is playing it, and anyone who follows that musician or listens to it. That's nice. So he says that this bliss is only available in Vrindavan. That's why Lakshmi leaves Vaikuntha, because Vishnu is too boring. He doesn't play any flute, he doesn't play anything. He plays chess. That's a pretty slow, quiet, boring game. And not boring if you're a chess player, but anybody else is. So, Lakshmi runs away from Vaikuntha because of the attraction of Krishna's flute. So, then the word says, Veda, Prastuta Veda Nada, Lahari, Nirvana. So he said, what does the word Prastuta mean? Prastuta means sound waves emanate from the flute of Krishna and agitate and hypnotize the audience. I wish I could play the flute like that. I'd like to hypnotize all of you. To put you in a blissful state and don't let you come out of that state. But our bodies and minds always take us away from bliss. So I like to learn the art of hypnotism. Play the flute and hypnotize. I have a flute in there, but I can't hypnotize anybody. Can't play it. So he says that prastuta means to hypnotize the audience. It also means as the sound of the flute is loudly glorified by the gopis. The gopis say, all glories to Krishna's flute that freely drinks the nectar of Govinda's lips. That's why this flute has gone crazy. It keeps calling out sweet melodies. One gopi says to another, "Oh gopi, just think about this flute. Tell me, what austerities, what tapasya did this flute perform? In what holy place? What mantra did it chant in its previous birth to take birth as a flute?" So the gopis are thinking that a dead piece of wood is more fortunate than them. A flute is a dry piece of bamboo with a bunch of holes in it. And the gopis are thinking the flute is more fortunate than them. Why? Because Krishna's always kissing the flute with his lips. And the gopis are thinking, if we became flutes, we could always get kissed by Krishna. But we're not flutes. So we're not lucky. Just see the madness of love. The gopis stay alive, hoping and waiting to get the taste of the nectar of Krishna's lips that puts even Amrita to shame. The flute gets to drink the nectar of Krishna's lips, the Dar Amrita, unlimitedly without any cessation. And that flute is masculine. One type of flute, Krishna has 3 flutes, what are they called? Venu, Murali, Vamshi. One of them is male. Gender. The word of that flute is gender. Which one? Venu. Venu is male gender. Vamshi and Murali are girls, females. Muralika. She's a girl. Muralika. They say ka is an affectionate suffix. You can say Radhika, Vishaki ka, Laliti ka. In poetry, it is often told when they write Sanskrit poetry, they call the gopis Laliti ka, Vishaki ka, Radhika, Muralika. Her name is Murali. Muralika. That's called an affectionate suffix, Ada. Maharaj. I think it's for girls. Brindarika. It's like that. So, Krishna's flute is hypnotic. It intoxicates everyone. It draws everyone close to Krishna, especially the gopis. The flute attracts the gopis out of their houses and steals them off their husband's lap. That's a good idea. It attracts Lakshmi to Vaikuntha, what to speak of the gopis. The gopis are in front of their husbands and their skirts become loose when they hear the flute. So that's interesting. They give up all their household duties and forcibly get dragged to Krishna. That's a pretty good flute. Very helpful. A woman hears Krishna's flute. She loses all sense of shame, decency, and social norms. The flute makes all women dance to its tune. Okay. So, why do we call Krishna Mukunda? What does Mukunda mean? One who gives liberation. Mukti da. Mukund means mukti, liberation. Da means to give. Gives liberation. What else means? means his teeth, his teeth. Muk means mouth, and Kunda means white flower, which is pointed like shaped like a tooth. So Mukunda means one of his teeth look like white flowers. But Krishna's Maharaj, in his commentary in his first number 2 of Krishna's KARNAMRITA, he is, although it's not in the verse, the word Mukunda is not there, Krishna's Maharaj wants to describe why Krishna is called Mukunda. Ananta explains, the Rohis become very embarrassed because they're in their houses, when they hear Krishna's flute, they can't keep their skirts from falling off. The skirts keep slipping off. They take them tight, and they slip off, take them tight. They're walking around the house with one hand on the skirt, one hand on a water pot. I think it's a little difficult, you know. It's very embarrassing. In fear and shame, the gopis dejectedly tie up their skirt string. But when Krishna again plays the flute, they become loose. So Mukunda means one who liberates the gopis from their dresses. He liberates the gopis from their dresses and their tresses and all their distresses. 3 liberations. What are they?
Dress and tress.
Dresses.
Tresses.
Tresses means hair. Tress and distresses. So that's a good deal. That's Mukunda. Mukunda Murari Krishna Madan. Mukunda is a very common name in Bhajan. Mukunda Murari Krishna Madan. How can the gopis dress strings remain tight when they hear Krishna's flute? The embarrassed and frightened gopis hold up their slipping strings. Without wasting a single moment, they hold their skirts with their hands and rush out to meet Krishna. This is what a sight to see. 1,000 girls running down the street holding their dresses up. Nothing wild. I didn't see that. It's 10:30 at night, 11 o'clock at night. You see 1,000 girls running down the footpath. Oh, yeah. And no one else can hear the flute except the gopis. Everyone else says, why are they running? Why are their skirts falling off? No one can know the mystery. Only the gopis can hear them early. Thousands of such young, beautiful, intelligent sweethearts forever surround this Krishna. Okay. Sounds like fun. This is Krishna KARNAMRITA. Now in the verse, the word apavarga is there. What does apavarga usually mean? Apavarga means liberation. So he says that Krishna gives apavarga to anyone who performs Krishna Bhajan. Generally the word apavarga means liberation. But here, apavarga means the blissful body that Krishna gives to a devotee. What is that body? Siddhadeha, Siddhaswarup. The 11th canto Bhagavatam, chapter 29, verse 34, Krishna tells Uddhava, when one gives up all actions and surrenders totally unto me, I will give that person eternal life, and they will become my very own. Vishwanath Chakravarti comments on this verse. He said, it's most important in Bhajan that our Bhajan turns us into a loving associate of Krishna. Mahaprabhu comments that a devotee's body is not material. This is describing Diksha in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adhyaya 4, 184 and 185. Says Diksha Kali, Ama Samarpan, says Chidananda Deya. At the time of Diksha, one gets the divine spiritual body. And in that divine body, one engages in the service of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, at the time of Diksha, a devotee surrenders himself, Avasamarpan. At that very moment, Krishna makes the devotee like himself. The devotee's body becomes conscious and blissful. And then in that divine body, the devotee serves Krishna's lotus feet. The word Apavarga can also mean Prema Bhakti or love and devotion. Sri Swami has explained the word Apavarga to mean Prema Bhakti. Gopal Goswami comments on this verse, on this word Apavarga, which means success in all activity, in other words, to attain perfection or success in bhajan. Generally, Apavarga means liberation, which of course is the perfection of yoga and jnana. But the perfection of bhakti is prem seva Radha Krishna. So Gopal comments on this word Apavarga in this verse. He said, because Krishna is most merciful, he fulfills the desires of the devotees. Krishna honors the surrendered devotee by giving success in bhajan, and Krishna does this without any delay. So it won't take long to attain perfection in bhajan. And the verse also in this line 4 has the word Akila Udaram. Akila means many, and Udara means generous. So it means someone who's very generous. So it says, this verse 2 for Krishna KARNAMRITA. Nata Apavargam Akilaram Kisharakriti. That's the last line of the verse. And Ananta Babaji says Krishna is more generous than a Kalpavriksha tree. Why? Because the Kalpavriksha tree won't give you anything unless you pray for it. It's a wish fulfilling tree. If you don't make any wish, you won't get any wish fulfilled. So Krishna is more than a Kalpavriksha tree. How? Because Krishna gives gifts to the devotee even if they don't pray for them. Because sometimes devotees, they do pray to Krishna to give him money, give him success, give him some material thing. So in the Bhagavatam 5th canto, there's a verse that says, Krishna gives these material things to devotees at the beginning, but then the devotee keeps asking for the other things, and Krishna gives the objects in such a way that he ends up getting Krishna's lotus feet. So Krishna tricks the devotees. They go to Krishna praying for material things, benefits, blessings, money, promotion, position, advantage, material success. Krishna gives it, but he simultaneously, even though they're not asking for it, he gives the lotus seed to Lord. If you get Krishna's lotus seed, then you have everything. You don't care about anything else. So this is why Krishna is more than a Kalmarishna tree. Because you're only praying for material things, Krishna says, okay, I'll give you material things, I'm going to trick you. I'll give you a spiritual gift also. I'm going to give you me. I'm going to give you love. So that's Kalmarishna tree. Only prince on demand. Only fulfills your order. You order this, you get this. You don't express a desire, a compliment, a desire, a wish, they don't get anything. So oftentimes people ask, it's $700, there's no Kalmarishna trees. Well, I haven't gotten anything, my wishes are fulfilled. So we ask, have you gone to a tree, embraced the tree? Have you put your head at the feet of the tree and asked for a blessing? No. The tree should read my mind. So trees are passive. You don't bother me, I won't bother you. So you grab this tree and say, look, tree, look over your tree. I'm in need. You gotta do something for me. They pay basis. Because where are the ears of the tree? And the branches, and the leaves, and the trunk, where are they? The ears of the tree are the roots. You have to bend down on the ground at the base of the tree and start talking. So when you see someone kneeling at the base of the tree and crying and saying, oh, this, that, please give me this, please give me that, you'll know that devotee is praying for the desires to become fulfilled. Try it. It works. So you've never done it, have you? No. So start today. There's a lot of trees here. It's 100 rupees fee, entrance fee. Give me 100 rupees so you can take out a tree. One tree. Well, no, they're free. I have 2 trees there by the gate. One's a Kadamba tree, one's a small tree. They're called Yugo bricks. When I find some crazy devotees, there's a lot of them. I say, put your face between these 6 trees. So I have a Kadamba tree in the right cheek and a small tree in the left cheek. It's like, it's like X-ray, You get your teeth X-ray. If one thing is, so I got some crazy devotees in my sangha. So I gotta say, put your head there and let me press the button. I'll stand outside behind the lead shield. And you pray your trees, oh tree, make my brain cool. Try it, it works. That's called my adjusting tree. It's Yugo adjusting bricks. Whatever it stands for is for that. Before you close the door crazy, saying crazy stuff and doing crazy stuff. So before you go out the door, you have to put your head there. Then adjust it, then go out the door. Come back tomorrow and change first. Try it. This is the meaning of Krishna is more than a Kalmarishna tree. So what's that? So, okay, next page. To relish special rasa in the kunja, which means that Krishna performs confidential pastimes with Radharani. Krishna cleverly calls Radharani with his eyes from amidst the millions of gopis to a secluded spot and starts the rasa dance. So what happens is thousands of millions of gopis gather for the rasa dance. And Krishna's looking at them all. And every gopi thinks Krishna's looking at me. And that's true. But Krishna looks at a special way at one gopi. He looks at Radharani with special eyes. And those eyes are telling that gopi Radharani, become invisible and let's slip away together. So all Krishna starts talking to the gopis. And he tells them to go home and this and that. And while he's speaking to the gopis, they're becoming very unhappy. And they could start crying, drawing lines on the ground with their toe, or their left foot toe, looking at the cudgels washing from their eyes, coconuts washing from their breasts. And they're feeling very dejected and discouraged by Krishna's preaching of Dharma. So everyone's a little bit absorbed and not very attentive, that everyone's kind of dumbfounded, astounded by what Krishna is saying. So Radharani takes advantage to slip away. And she goes away. Then Krishna starts walking with all the gopis. They're all walking hand in hand, and then Krishna disappears. They joins Radharani. Radharani and Krishna go to the kunja and enjoy. And this is what's being said here. This is how the rasa dance unfolds. Then all the gopis start searching for Krishna, not even aware that Radharani is not there also. Then while they're searching for Krishna, they see little footprints with a chariot mark in the sand, and a fish and chakra, different things. But say, hey, wait. This is Radharani's footprint. That's how she was with us. The gopis didn't even know that Radharani wasn't with them. There was so much of distress, a separation from Krishna. They said, that's so. Krishna left, Radharani left. She must be special. Because Krishna left all us for Radharani. So they started to feel a little angry. So they were not only looking for Krishna, they were looking for that other gopi. And they found her. She was crying. Then they felt sympathy for her. They also cried with Radharani. So he's talking about this event of the rasa dance. That Krishna called Radharani with a seductive melody on his flute. The bank of the Yamuna River is the stage for rasa dance. So what does that mean? The bank of the Yamuna River is the stage for rasa dance. Why?
There are no trees there.
Yeah, that's right. It's a sandy bank. It's like a big soccer cricket field. It's a big area, all sand. It's all flat. The waves make it flat, and it's nice for dancing. If you ever dance on the beach, it's fun. Dance in the waves, dance in the water, little water, wave breaks, dance. So that's the ideal place for us then. In the forest and the trees, all kunjas, all dark, private. But they need to have a stage for dancing. And the moonshine doesn't shine in the forest. It's dark in the forest. Moonshine is like a great spotlight over the rest of the mandal. So everyone can see each other under the moonlight. It's very romantic also. moonshine is full of nectar. It's nice. It's nice to sleep in the moonshine. So he's talking all about this. It's needless to say that the Rasa is the realm of infinite sweetness. So, Krishna's Kaviraj is explaining the sweetness because he's tasting it. Now, Krishna's Kaviraj explains the external meanings of this verse as a sadhaka. So Krishna's Kaviraj asks the question, how is it that Bilamangala Thakur has become so qualified to understand Krishna's Rasa? And he says that Bilamangala heard about the intense love of Radharani for Krishna from the prostitute named Chaitanya. Like I said yesterday, I was talking about how Bilamangala Thakur was directly and indirectly benefited by different ladies. In the last life by a princess, and this life by a prostitute, and also by a Brahman's wife who gave her hairpins to Bilamangala poke out his eyes. So his journey to perfection, his journey to prema, he was blessed by the teaching and association of 3 women. So he's saying, so Krishna's Kaviraj is describing that Rasik was practicing Raganuga Bhakti. So after hearing about Radharani's love for Krishna from Chintamani, Bilamangala Thakur became attracted to that rasa of Krishna and started doing Krishna Bhajan. And this is a very significant commentary on verse 2 of Krishna KARNAMRITA. He said, even though a devotee has not reached the stage of Bhava Bhakti, Raganuga Sadhaka can perform bhajan by meditating on one Siddhadeva. When one comes to the platform of Bhava, one will not have to meditate consciously on Siddhadeva, but will spontaneously, automatically see the Siddhadeva. So it will appear as soon as you think about it, you'll be able to see it in your heart or in your mind. The very significant commentary by the great Acharya, Krishna's Kaviraj. Because even today, there are many devotees in Gaudiya Sampradaya that tell devotees they should not meditate on Siddhadeva until they come to the level of Bhava. They say, you chant the holy name of Krishna, you become purified, and go through the stage of Nishta, Ruchi, and Sakti. When you come to the level of Bhava, then Krishna will reveal your Siddhadeva. Then when you see Siddhadeva, you can meditate on your Siddhadeva. But before that, you should chant Hare Krishna and do devotional service. So a lot of people think that's true, that because sannyasi, the gurus tell them that. Just chant Hare Krishna. But that's not the tradition we find in Gaudiya Sampradaya. We find that gurus reveal Siddhadeva to the disciples and it's active form of meditation, even as a sadhaka. And there's so many proofs. This is one more proof from Krishna's Kaviraj, his commentary on Krishna KARNAMRITA, verse number 2. He says, even before you come to the level of Bhava, you can meditate on your Siddhadeva. So how do you get that Siddhadeva? You got the Siddhadeva by a dream, or by chanting, or by Guru. So way before Bhava, So this is an important verse for Tattva to establish the validity and the authenticity of meditating on Siddha before taking Baba. This is often quoted. Because when the different spiritual missions, when serious devotees that have been practicing for many years, they ask the Guru about Siddha, generally the Gurus discourage them. They generally discourage them. They say you're not qualified, you have to wait till you come to the level of Baba Bhakti. And they say, how do I get Baba Bhakti? You get Baba Bhakti by practicing Sadhana Bhakti. You attain Baba by practicing Mahishan, Raganusan, principally by saying Hare Krishna mantra. So, but basing on Siddha is a part of Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti that can begin even in Arjanivritti. This point is explained by Vishnu Chakravarti and Raghavardhan Chandrika, a book by Vishnu. He says, Raganuga Bhakti begins at Diksha, goes through an Arjanivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Ananta Bhava Prem. And Vaishnava begins at Diksha and goes through an Arjanivritti. They're parallel paths. They're different motivation, different outlook, and different feelings. So that should be understood. Then Ananta Babaji quotes Bhakti Rasa Sindhu to describe Raganuga Bhakti. How one begins Raganuga Bhakti. He quotes many verses from Bhakti Rasa Sindhu. He said, when one is slightly eager or greedy to attain the bhav of rich bhakti, like Rupa Mantri, Vishakasaki, Radharani, who are always pleasing Krishna, then one will learn about how they serve Krishna and what pastimes they have. Even if one has a little bit of realization in the heart, it's called Kinchit Anubhuti. Anubhuti means realization. Kincha means a little. This is the commentary of Jiva Goswami on this verse of Bhakti Rasa Sindhu. It's not, because some people preach, you have to be really greedy, really hankering for this to start practice. That's exactly not true. Jiva Goswami, Vishnu on the commentary, they say, you're a little bit interested, a little bit attracted, which is rare, because most people have no attraction to any particular devotee of Vrindavan or any particular rasa. Just like I asked someone the other day, there's a question I often ask people. If Krishna appeared before you, if Krishna appeared before you right now, he said, I'll take you to the spiritual world. How will you like to serve me? If I ask you, how will you serve me? Will you serve me like a friend, like a mother, like a father, like a servant, like a master servant, like a wife, like a lover, like a gopi, like a queen of Dwarka? How will you serve me? Oh, I don't know. I just want to look at you. Okay. Be a doorman. Be a chowkidar. You can fan me, stand next to my house and all day fan me. So usually people don't have an answer. But you ask the Raganuga Bhakta, if Krishna goes before it, you have an answer in 2 seconds. Just say, listen, Krishna, give me my money soup right now, show it to me. I'm tired of this material body. I want out, goodbye. Okay, boing. Like a magic wand, you touch the frog turns into a princess. Did I see that cartoon? Frog becomes a princess. Raw, 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 raw. Hi. So that's it. Caterpillar becomes a butterfly. You know, Australian server becomes a mushroom. A bogus Saturday pundit becomes a Mudgery. It's possible. So he talks about Anurag. Anurag is a level of frame. What is the stage of frame?
Sneha, Mana, Pranaya, Raga, Anuraga, Bhava,
Sneha,
Mana,
Man, Pranaya,
Raga,
Rag, Anurag, Bhava. There's a stage of frame in the spiritual world in Siddhaya when we get prema and leave this body, enter Krishna Lila. So Anurag, what is Anurag? Siddha's Anurag. Makes Krishna look new every minute. It's not the same old, same old. And Krishna's always new and fresh, always so amazingly attractive and beautiful. You see him now, you see him an hour from now, you won't recognize him. What is that? There's a pastime which is a little money. Maharaj was in a cave of Govardhan, rainy season, playing with Krishna, like, of course. And then the gopis left in the late afternoon. The gopis were already. They came down out of the cave to go to Barsana. Krishna went to meet the gopis in Manasi Ganga, collect all the cows and go to Nandagram. He got to the bottom and go around the hill. And the second said, look up there on the hill. And Krishna was walking up on the hill with some coward boys going back to Manasi Ganga. And Maharaj said, who is that guy? Who is that boy? He has a red turban, yellow shutter, yellow dhoti, looks like a rain cloud, beautiful, lotus eyes right here. Who is that guy? Who is that boy? I've never seen him before. And then he said, are you cracked? Or whatever, you know. Are you crazy? You just spent 4 hours with him in the cave. No, not him. That's some other boy. I don't know that boy. Okay. The other boy in the cave, his name was Madan. This guy's name is Govinda. It's the same guy. He has 1,000 names. Govinda, Gopal, Madan, Raman, Ballava. Acha. No, but still, he looks different. This is Anurag. Very nice. So Anurag creates unlimited thirst. As the person always looks sweet, sweeter and sweeter. You know, you look sweet now. The next one, oh, you're really sweet. So this is when the heart transforms with this Anurag, signal of praying, this flavor of praying called Anurag, everything looks new and fresh. Krishna looks new and fresh. Rarai looks new and fresh. This thirst which is produced in Anurag gives rise to ever new varieties that are beloved, although we may see Krishna every day. There's a poem where it's a Bengali song capturing the mood of Radharani by Vidyapati. Vidyapati, the great poet. It's written in Brajbuli. It's like kind of Hindi of Brajbasi. Maharaj said, "Hey Saki, I have seen Krishna's beauty since my birth, but still my eyes are not satisfied. For millions of yugas, I have embraced Krishna to my breast, yet my desire is not quenched. How many sweet nights have I spent celebrating the festival of love? Still, I fail to understand anything about love." This is Radharani speaking to Lita Saki. So Krishna's Kaviraj says that Bilbanga Thakur was practicing Anurag Bhajan and Mood of Raganuga Bhakti. He says, Krishna's Kaviraj says, that Leela Shuk Bilbanga Thakur is in his citadel and seeing Krishna perform his pastime. And right in front of him, Rasik Shekhar Sri Krishna is dancing with Radharani. They're surrounded by the Sakis, waiting to serve them. Leela Shuk Bilbanga also considers himself one of the Sakis. This is the Bhajan process of regular bhakti. So while we're practicing Bhajan, we read the Rasa dance, we should think, not just described, we should think we're Sakis, we're performing Bhajan under the Nitya Sakis. It's impossible to enter the pastime of Radha and Krishna if one is not a Saki. They quote the verse from Chaitanya Chaitanya. Only English is true for you. You cannot enter the pastimes of Radha and Krishna without taking the shelter of a Saki of Vrindavan and get permission to enter. What do we say? No submission.
No admission.
No submission. No permission. No permission. No admission. You can't bribe the ticket collector. You have to surrender. So, how to take shelter of Saki to get permission to enter. Only such a devotee can achieve the goal of serving Radha Krishna in the flower, in the kunjas. There is no other way to attain this goal. He describes, Ananta describes 5 types of Saki. What are the 5 types? First there's Saki, plain Saki. There's Priya Saki. There's Pran Saki, Nitya Saki, Paramapresa Saki. Who is Vrinda Devi? She is Saki. Anyway, it's like that. So, you can see the experiences commentary in verse 2, Ananta, by saying, as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we should perform our bhakti in Manjari Bhav. He quotes the verse from Adilila, there Chaitanya is speaking to Sanatana Goswami, chapter 22, verse 89 through 90. Vaya atar ihar dui tosad, vaya sarake de kore shravan kirtan, mone nitya, mone nija siddhade kore bhavan, rachidine chinte Radha Krishna seva. There's 2 forms of Raganuga Bhakti. one external, one internal. Externally, in material form, we have to hear and chant about Krishna. Internally, we must meditate on the Siddha and serve Radha Krishna all day and night in Vrindavan. This is the teaching of Lord Chaitanya. So one can ask the question, I'm a Gaudiya Vaishnava. Lord Chaitanya is ordering me to follow practice Raghunath Bhakti, and he's explaining how to practice it. How to practice it in my Siddha, how to practice it in my Sagadeya. So the question is, a Sagadeya I got from my mother and father. I became a Saga. I got a body, material body from my mother and father. I got a Saga body from my spiritual guru, when I got Diksha. But what about my Siddha? How do I get that? That's your mother and father. Your mother and father is your guru. Guru, Mata Guru, Pete. So the guru will give you Siddha. So he says, Ananta says, the spiritual master should introduce the disciple to the Siddha root. And in our Siddha root, we meditate around Krishna's seva throughout the day and night. Rachi Dine Chinte Radha Krishna Seva. Night and day we should meditate on our Siddha serving Radha Krishna. So this is the commentary of verse number 2. I'll read the verse again. I conclude the class. KRISHNA KARNAMRITA. The many long commentaries, like 6 pages. 7 pages. He's describing Krishna. Krishna is submerged in sweet bliss, rising from the vibrating flute. The ladies of the heavenly damsels, the celestial, Swargadevis, are dropping flowers on Krishna. Krishna is surrounded by thousands of gopis, whose skirts strings are loosened. And Krishna's hand is pledging bliss to Sridhar devotees. And Krishna is generous towards everyone. In such an unlistened form, Krishna is always eternally present in Vrindavan. So again we're reminded that Krishna is eternally present in Vrindavan. We hope someday to have his darshan. That's the unexpressed wish of every devotee. When will I have darshan of Krishna in Vrindavan? Jai Jai Sri Radhe.